interesting, and I like how you focus on the business owner.
Yeah.
For business owners that own, e-commerce stores or maybe a local service or something like that, what are some things that they can do to better use YouTube for their marketing, and how do they balance entertainment versus functional content?
Oh, man, it's so good. Such a great question. I think that your listeners it's a really great question. So let's dig into that a little bit. There's a couple different ways because you asked me a couple different questions. So what can the e-commerce company do? I would immediately go to Home Shopping Network. Like the e-commerce company, I wish I still had an e-commerce company, because even though I'm like a comedian at heart, and I do hope to end my career as a sitcom writer. Like we have a lot of sitcom ideas and we want to do what we love to do. But as a when I was selling my dad's stun guns, I added a little bit of comedy to it. That's my thing. Most people don't have that, and you don't need it. Like if I go to YouTube or Google and I'm searching for best iPhone accessories, I just want to see the accessory, right? So doing these hands-only shots where you're just like saying, today, everybody, we're looking at this product. There's 5 things I want to tell you about this product. Let me show you them right now. This, and this. Like you don't need the whole, hey guys, subscribe now and smash that like button. That is very 17-year-old. And it's not bad if you do it per se, but you don't have to do those things. Provide the value you provide and end the video, right? So the e-commerce business, I think you need to put all of your products in like a Vanna White hands-only type of way. But even the business owner, right? Like if you're a mission-driven entrepreneur and you're, let's say that you're helping your business coach. Well, then you need to take like the biggest questions that are being asked on Google, on Quora, on Reddit, about your target niche. Maybe you help real estate agents grow. Maybe you're a business coach for e-commerce businesses, like stay in your lane, right? Like answer those questions in a straightforward way. Hey, everybody, our question today is how to do X, Y, Z. And I'm Owen, the business coach. I'm going to answer it for you right now. Do me a favor, though, hit the subscribe button and then give me a like if you like what I have to say, because I plan to make more videos just like this. Okay, so the first question is blah, 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 blah. Now, you see how that time I did say the YouTube-y stuff, but I did it in kind of just a really calm and subtle sort of way. It's okay. It's okay so I'm not saying don't do it, but do it in a way that's accessible to your audience, right? Answering questions from your laptop computer camera. I mean, the better camera you get, the better it is for you. But like your mobile phone camera right now is better than anything they had 5 years ago. So just use that, right? Don't stress out about the
videos 5 years ago ranking at the top.
Yeah, that's true. Some of my best videos were shot on a basic everything's in focus camera, right? There's no blurry background. There's no, cool lighting or anything like that. But that's how you get started. Now, you'd asked me a second question too. Remind me what it was.
So it was balancing the entertainment factor versus functionality.
Yeah. All right. So great question. So we teach a 5-part process to making YouTube videos. It's called the Great Video Formula, GREAT. Grab attention, relate to the viewer, explain your solution, provide actual proof, and then tell them what to do next. So we teach that model. Now, in between the G and the R and the E and the A, right? But in between these segments of your video, those are really great opportunities to do transition statements or to bridge your personality is what we call it. And what we do is we run our clients through a workshop where we teach them this model. And it's like you do the G section. Well, let me explain it. First, you take an element of your brand or you take a value of your brand and you turn it into sort of like a recurring statement or a convention. Okay. So a convention, what's a convention? Well, it's like in horror movies. Where the light is always like they're like from on top and their eyes are really dark, or in a horror movie, you'll always hear like, ominous music. These are conventions of horror movies. And so what we do is we create these conventions. For example, I do the Air 5, right? I say, hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Owen. Give me an Air 5 flop. Now, why do I do that? I've been Air 5ing people for 10 years. Like me and my buddy, we were in a Bible group years ago, and we'd kind of like the smart Alex in the back, like making jokes, and then he'd be like, he'd make a joke and he'd look at me and I'd look at him, and across the room, we Air 5 each other. So that was a part of my personality that I
The
added
branding.
into the video. So how does a brand do that, right? Well, let me give you a couple different ways. We were working with a dog trainer yesterday, and a dog breeder. She's a dog trainer, dog breeder. And she was like, she's like, I don't really have anything like that. And I said, okay, really quick convention. You're going to review dog products, right? So how about 4 paws up, right? So every animal product that you analyze gets up to 4 paws up, right? And that's just something you do in every episode. So at the end of the video, we give it 4 paws up or 3 paws up or 2 paws, whatever the case might be. We had another person who is a real estate broker. And I said, what's a part of your company that's something that you could show off? I don't know. We're like, the owner, he wasn't even on the call, the owner. He's like, the owner is really big on family, but like, I don't really have anything to do with real estate. And I said, no way. How about this? When the owner's doing videos, and he explains a technique, he starts the sentence with, I was talking to my daughter, or I was talking to my son, or I was talking to my granddaughter. And every week you show a picture of the owner with a different member of the family, Okay. And so it's like, hey, today's tip. Yes. And so what you're doing is that you're going between the G and the R section, right? Hey, welcome to today's show. I'm going to show you how to buy a house and do it in the best possible way. Now, I was talking to my daughter yesterday, shot of dad and daughter. And I taught her this strategy. Back to the dad now. And he goes and explains the strategy. So it's these really simple, repeatable things that reveal your values and reveal your character so that the audience is getting value from what they're learning, but they're also learning who you are and building that parasocial relationship with you. That is what will ultimately make you very, very popular.